Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance. For today, I'm going to try to beat Hush as Samson, and maybe Delirium as well. Also in the previous video I mentioned that you might be hearing drills. This time you might hear my washing machine. In the previous video I couldn't actually hear the drills afterwards, so this week is very much in the theme of ASMR maybe. AS maybe R, because I don't know if you can hear it. It's the washing machine has definitely made an appearance in a video previously. Drills, not so much. Neither cars outside my house. Like there's a lot of maybes, a lot of potentials, a lot of maybe sirens and things that could still make a play for the throne or something like that. Either way, we have Firemind, which is dealing decent amounts of damage over time, as you can see right here, which is pretty great. Does at least increase the chances of us being for the boss rush in time, because I can just attack all these enemies one at a time. Occasionally there'll be a flame, which will kill some enemies as well. Just good stuff all around. Occasionally enemies explode though, and that is obviously the part where things get a little bit more dicey. But I'm hoping that explosion may occasionally help us out as well, though so far it has only happened once, and it wasn't really the greatest. Oh, there we go. Like occasionally an enemy will probably die to it as well, so good stuff all around. I'm just gonna go straight to the boss though. We are technically a little in a rush though, obviously with Hush the rush is a little bit smaller than it would be for something like boss rush, but it can still get a little spooky. This is Pink Haunt, so we just have to stay in front of him, but alternatively he could just blow up twice and then we can call it a day, which is the preferable method of doing it. Now with these explosions I do need to be careful with not losing my devil deal, which is going to be a problem for the next floor. I will also just quickly explore the remainder of this and get this tinted rock here as well, which I hadn't actually noticed, but I was going to go for the maybe secret room that was in the side here. And then the tinted rock was there. So that's already 2 soul hearts waiting for us, which is quite nice. 2 buttons which are terrible, but maybe they'll explode next to the shopkeeper. I wouldn't hedge any bets on it though. Let's just explore this. I would like to get a few more consumables for sure. But if not, then we'll just have to make do with what we have as per usual. But yeah, as you can see, if you just kind of split up your shots like that, then you can get a lot of things done in a pretty short amount of time with Firemind, and it's quite lovely. Also, probably should have, I could have gotten that bomb, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Could look at my shop as well to see if there is a soul heart there that's on sale. I could technically get that, but let's just move on to the next floor and hope we get some more stuff. So far, not overly disappointed. This is at least somewhat manageable. That is just all of the consumables at once, so that's obviously pretty great as well. And with 2 keys, I might as well check out my shop actually. Since we're here, that is the alabaster box and magic fingers. Magic fingers I'm not actually overly opposed to because it can clear a room at times. Obviously I would need a little bit more money to actually make it work, but still, if we can get a little bit more money, that'll be nice. I'm gonna check that for a secret room later with that troll bomb, since our bomb count is a little low, and again, if I want to be able to use magic fingers, I'm gonna need a little bit of money here and there. That should settle that. Very nice. Remember the bomb. Push it up. Very good. Very nice. Happy that we got out of the way in time. Retrovision, pretty fly, and Verp for another pretty fly. That's pretty good. Alright, pill pool. Doesn't even matter what else is in there, honestly, because that alone more or less solved a lot of problems. There is a boss challenge room that I can steal from with the magic of the secret room and the Fool card for a little bit more tier rate. Quite a lot more tier rate, actually. That's pretty good. Honestly, things are looking pretty great right now. We got 7 coins, so I can afford the magic fingers. That is Big Chubby, which will follow us around. We do not have another active item yet, so I will actually go for that just for the sake of being able to clear certain rooms a little bit quicker. Any room that just has a large quantity of enemies inside it, we'll just have all the enemies take a little bit of damage from this. And if we can get our damage high enough, if we get something like Polyphemus, then it becomes pretty incredible. Obviously we need a lot more money to make it incredible, but definitely not impossible so far, so it's looking pretty good. Let's just deal with these enemies first, since the other ones are in a Little bit of an awkward place, and most of the tiny poops were already dead. Hoping to get something nice from these poops. Maybe? Nope. That's okay. And we did find a secret room already, so we don't need to look for that. I have no idea where the super secret room is, and also an unfortunate explosion has finally occurred. So it did have to happen eventually. Unfortunately, it happened on basement 2, but that is the way it is. It is the major downside of the item. If you do not have invulnerability to explosions, it does become a little bit more dicey, but it sure is an item that takes you through the starting part of the game at the end of the day, so that's obviously quite nice. And look at how it takes care of the boss if it feels like it. It's just very, very good at very specific times. I will go for the devil deal just because I'm feeling confident, and I do not regret my decision one bit. I don't think I'm gonna go for the damage up there because I think my damage is gonna be okay, but that is brimstone right there. So if I can just get some health, then we are pretty much just good to go. That's the second brimstone in a pretty short amount of time that I've gotten recently, so I'm actually fairly okay with that. We will still get the damage over time with brimstone, with the flame mind or whatever it's called, but I'm not sure if enemies still explode, you know? I wouldn't be overly surprised if they don't, but at the same time, wouldn't be overly surprised if they do. So it's one of those combinations that I get so infrequently that I tend to forget what it actually ends up doing, but that's okay. It does mean we have brimstone, magic fingers, fire mine. We have a pretty good build in terms of just getting through the floors fairly quickly, so time-wise we should be okay. We might be able to steal from the boss rush as well if we're just playing it aggressively enough, but I'd like to find a little bit more health, obviously, because health is a little low at the current moment. And with brimstone you don't need as much health, but against a boss like Hush and Delirium, I would really like to have as much as possible. That's 5 more coins, which is going to be great for magic fingers. I will just buy soul hearts if they're available, just because I think they're a little bit more valuable than uses of magic fingers at the end of the day, but we'll see what we can get at the end here. That is so good. That's all the defense we really need, so honestly, this is about as good as you can make it. I'm just gonna use a death card here to make life a little easier as well. Since it's a big room anyway, it doesn't seem like that big of a waste, but oh my god. Oh, jeez. Okay, Diplopia instead of magic fingers, that's like a guaranteed yes, pretty much. I'm not sure what I'd want to duplicate at this point, but at this point, if I get another devil deal, then I think I'd love to duplicate whatever it gives me, because I don't really have that much red health right now. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna hit the mushroom, but it did hit the super secret room. And there is a battery bum in there, so that's a little bit more devil deal chance. This is the freest run I've gotten in a while, I feel. I mean, there was that Eve run the other day, but I managed to die during that run. I'd like to not repeat that, actually, because this time I do need to get a little bit further than just Satan, obviously, but oh jeez. And that doesn't help. Of course, now Cancer has activated, so we will only take half a heart of damage every time we get hit. But fortunately, we managed to avoid all further damage. We didn't get another thing there. We didn't get another devil deal, which is unfortunate, because I'd love to use a Diplopia immediately and then just switch on back to magic fingers again, but that's just the way it is. It's not really worth it either, but I mean, if we find a good shop, then that might actually be okay. At this point, we no longer need to worry about magic fingers at all in terms of having money available, so I guess we do have that going for us. I haven't really seen anyone explode for a while, so I'm gonna guess that they do indeed not explode when you have brimstone, so that's nice. Well, that was a good good dodge. I was tempted to duplicate it, but my speed is actually pretty bad. It's actually a little tempted to just duplicate any movement speed at this point, because yeah, it's pretty rough. But we'll see what we can get. That's concussive tears as well, so a little bit more status effects in this brimstone. Look at how quickly these rooms are getting cleared, though. That's so good. There is a dice room there. I'm probably just gonna ignore it, because unless it's a 4, I don't really know what I would want. I guess a 4 would be good. But we have gotten a 4 very recently already. I feel like 2 4s would just be ridiculous. but not technically impossible. That is a habit. That's effectively not that much, but... Ooh, drills and washing machine. We're gonna see what of this you can actually hear at the end of the day. That's a nightmare. But we're just gonna kill this boss nice and swift like. There we go. We got a speed up as well. Don't care much for this. Although, no. I'll take this. Pretty good. Oh my god, the drilling is so bad right now. I hope that it's actually kind of acceptable in the video. Because unfortunately there's just not much I can do about that. But it is what it is. Let's just move on to the next floor. And hope the drilling is away over there. Actually, I guess I'm going closer to the drilling because it is below me. Alright, hang on. Okay, I think the drilling has stopped. I can continue the run. If I sound slightly more hydrated, it's because I had some water while I was waiting. So that's some exciting extra info for you. Either way, we have Brimstone, we have 7 seals, we have defense, we have the offense, we got some flies every now and then. Everything's just lovely. I'm not sure if my use of Diplopia was optimal. The downside of having a little break here and there is that I have time to think about my decisions. But ultimately, I don't think it's really going to matter too much. As long as I can find a little bit more health, then I think we have most of the, well, things required to reach the end of this run without any real difficulty. Just because of Brimstone. Brimstone is just so good. It's such a long range attack, and that's exactly what you need for bosses like Hush and Delirium as well, so that's just really lovely. We do not have any bombs, so I can unfortunately not do anything with that tinted rock over there. I have seen it. There was a little explosion there, but that was just a war fly, I do believe. And I wouldn't mind being able to open up that golden chest either, but we'll see if we can maybe get a bomb from the shop or just anywhere else on this floor. We're currently 9 minutes into the run apparently, so boss rush wise we should be okay. It's just that I'd rather not do the entire boss rush as well. I'd rather just teleport out of there. With the stars card it shouldn't be too impossible. There's a second... that's pretty good. This will allow us to go into curse rooms for free, so that's pretty nice. It gives us a second of invincibility every 6 seconds or so. Also technically a little bit of damage if you run into enemies, so that's kind of nice. But there's multiple tinted rocks now, and I'd really love to blow some of those up for some extra health for sure. But we'll see what we can do. We just need to find some bombs, and so far the game is mostly giving us coins. It's almost we have like double coin drops or something like that, or deep pockets, something like that, kind of good stuff. But no, it is just the game being what it is. And maybe we'll get some from the boss. There we go. That's exactly the amount of bombs I need to at least get those 2 tinted rocks, so that's looking pretty good. I have unfortunately forgotten where one of them is, so that's not great. Ooh, crawl space. That's exciting. And it is one with 2 items. I think this does combine, so that's fun. I don't think I can get that without any way to teleport in there or being really, really small and quick, so that's fine. Just gonna wait for that so we can walk in there for free. That's actually such a nice item. Teleport? Teleport? Nope. But we, once again, can also just leave for free. It's actually better than flight for cursed rooms. It's quite nice. Retrovision is not going to make finding that tinted rock any easier. I know there was one all the way over here, and I think the other one was way like to the left in that room where I left my stars card, but I can't quite see which one of these rocks is tinted with retrovision, unfortunately. I cannot see the little X that is on it at this present moment. There we go, it's this one. Genuinely had no idea. It was pretty much impossible to tell right there, so it is what it is. But we managed to figure it out in the end, so that's good. Let's go get our stars card back, which we can get steal from the boss rush as well, so that's obviously quite nice. We could use it to just skip that spiky room as well, which is not the worst thing in the world, but I don't feel like it's as necessary at the end of the day. Pretty decent health, especially with the wafer effect that activates when I take damage against Hush and Delirium. That is just lovely. Obviously, the more health we can get, the better, but so far things are looking pretty okay. I don't know if there was a bomb in here. Nope. I mean, there is a blue pill, which could maybe be good. Didn't really check. But either way, we have already started fighting the boss, so it does not matter at this very present moment. And yeah, we are pushing enemies away with the boxing gloves right now, so that's good. Alright, well, every time we take damage, we are going to do the Maw of the Void attack, so kind of okay. It's a little bit of extra damage at least, and it can get rid of enemies that are near you, so that is at least kind of okay. If we find a boss, we can just go in there immediately because of that teleportation. We can then explore the rest of the floor a little bit later. We do not need a bomb to get that full card because we have the stars card already, so that is also just quite nice. And we can ignore the rocks here because we have brimstone, and quite frankly, everything in life is just lining up wonderfully. And all the enemies are getting pushed away from me as well, so quite frankly, things are pretty great. That was not the best way to do that, unfortunately. Could have avoided all damage there by just not running into the spikes. By just luring one of those spikes away from there, but yeah, fair enough. Doesn't matter. Probably should have blown up a shopkeeper first though, but again, my bomb count is not exactly allowing that too much. Need to be a little careful of that, but I think it actually hit me just when I was invincible, so I ended up dealing a little bit of damage instead. That's unreal, but fair enough. That's just the way things go sometimes. Ooh, Polaroid or negative? I actually don't know. I don't hate either way. I don't mind the damage. I don't mind the protection either. Razor Blade as well. Okay, yeah, with Razor Blade especially, I'm gonna go for the Polaroid because now I can just set my health to 1, or 0 rather. And that's pretty great. That's part of Conjoined, which is obviously not bad. That's don't really want to take damage for that. Don't really want that. Don't really want that. Don't really want any of this. I'm gonna take Aquarius, I guess. I think the one in the bottom right might actually have been better, but fair enough. Ooh, this makes the zappy brimstone, I think. It does look a little zappy. It also gave me +3 damage. I actually didn't know it was that good. I just took it for the cosmetic effect. I actually didn't know it was that effective as well, but sure. That is entirely okay with me. Do not mind that at all. It's going to make our beam look cool and also apparently really, really strong. So all in all, looking pretty good. I'm just going to explore the rest of this floor because we do have some time available. Need to not run in there. Although I guess it doesn't even matter. If I'm going specifically for Delirium, as long as I can reach Hush in time, then I guess it doesn't actually matter if I just get rid of the Polaroid. It's just that it's not great for me. Obviously, I would prefer to not lose out on so much defense, but technically not the end of the world this time around, so that's nice. Birthright, does that do anything for me? Bloody Lust can gain 4 more damage boosts. I mean, I guess. It's not terrible. It's just that it's going to take a large quantity of damage before I reach a maximum. But we could maybe make that work out in some way or another, I suppose. Hard to do it anywhere that matters, but I suppose the floor is big enough. I thought I was invincible there, but I guess I misread what I looked like there. And I guess that's the floor? Yeah. Yeah, we got Polaroid, we got thing from Boss Rush. We could technically still do the Boss Rush as well, but not exactly necessary. Now I'd love to get a little bit more health because... Okay, that's actually pretty promising, but I would love to now just get a teleport item. So I won't have to do that room, although simultaneously it's not like the most difficult room in the world. Cursed Eye, I don't know exactly how that's going to work with Brimstone, but I feel like it just gets overridden. So not going to worry about that. Maybe I can re-roll it at some point, get some soul hearts, several. Then I ran into a boss, so we lost that immediately, but there's still another half a soul heart there. I don't know why I got that many soul... Why am I getting so many soul hearts? Half soul hearts, specifically. Very odd. I'll take them all, of course, but still, it's just very surprising. Because, I don't think I have anything that would give me half a soul hearts more frequently. Ooh, that one had a whole bunch of stuff inside him, so that's nice. At least this way we can find a secret room, maybe? Which could end up being fairly useful. I think we can technically use the machine here. Nope. Doesn't work. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I genuinely did not know it worked that way, but I kind of thought it would give you that invincibility. We could probably open all those gray chests for free, though, with that invincibility period. So that's at least kind of nice. Let's just check this out. There we go. I guess it is I don't know how I misread that to think I wouldn't take damage that one time, but fair enough. Not gonna worry about it. It has already happened and we cannot undo that moment. So we're just gonna move on with a little bit less health than otherwise. And I'm sure we'll be okay. There's a tinted rock there, which is nice, hopefully. Ooh, that's a lot of bombs. I was thinking about going back to that other room to get more bombs, but now we are already at 10 bombs, so I'm feeling a little bit less inclined. Seems less worthwhile if we're just gonna get bomb drops from every single room in the game. Just doesn't seem as valuable anymore. I will probably look for my secret room, though, because I wouldn't mind blowing up a shopkeeper, maybe getting one more devil deal out of the equation here. I think my secret room is like I was gonna say above the room with the bombs, but I don't think it's there either. It might actually be next, like above the challenge room. Because the room with the bomb is like one with spikes and things, and I don't know if that counts as blocking it, but it probably does. This might be a super secret room, though, although it did explode fairly close to that wall, so it did seem a bit unlikely after I looked at the room, actually. I guess it could be over here as well, technically. There's a couple places where it could be for sure. Okay, not over there because there is a thin room next to it. So many rules. But they all allow me to use slightly less bombs than I would otherwise, and that's exciting. I like very specific bomb efficiency. That's what gets me happy. Stars card, could be good. I mean, it's better than nothing. It'll allow me in the hush floor to at least just go into one of the rooms for free without spending a key. Which technically is good. There we go. Key bag. I mean, it's honestly tempting to just give him a bunch of keys, but I didn't. Amnesia, that's fine. Another pretty fly for 3 orbitals in total. I'm just gonna keep on going, I think. We have, at this point, I think, explored the entire floor. We haven't found a super secret room yet, and there's a couple places where it realistically could be. But, I mean, if it's not here, I'm probably gonna quit trying pretty quickly. Although this looks pretty good. And this looks pretty good. Alright, I'm getting pretty sick of trying here. There's like one more attempt on this side. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. Yeah, not worth it. That's a good way to waste a lot of bombs, at least. So that's fun. Did I blow up a shopkeeper in the secret room? No, I blew up a key beggar. Right, that's fine. Doesn't give you more devil deal, but it's, I mean, there's only so much you can do at the end of the day. I guess I'll take that for the devil deal. That's Krampus. Which, again, that's fine, but just not exactly what I'm looking for. I think the Razor Blade is going to be more useful just because it can get me rid of the red hearts that I currently have, thus allowing the Polaroid effect, but also it will give me a little bit more damage during the actual Hush and Delirium fight, so not too bad either. Both in terms of just taking the damage and getting Bloody Lust to proc, but also because of the item, so that's pretty good. Didn't intend to take damage there, and quite frankly I didn't even fully see what damaged me there, but that's hopefully okay. Getting once again a little bit more precarious in my health situation. We don't have a map, which I'm not loving either, but not the end of the world. I mean, I don't have a trinket, so it's obviously better than what I had. That's some shopkeepers, which hopefully... Alright. Could be useful, because we do still have a shop on the Hush floor as well, so that could end up being pretty nice. Was hoping for a secret room there, but I'll take the soul heart instead. Plus a range up, and luck up actually. Luck up might be kind of interesting just because of the boxing gloves. So overall not bad. There could be a tinted rock here, but I have looked very briefly and found nothing. I'm actually just going to take one hit here. I guess I have Maw the Void technically if I really wanted to. Unfortunately, a little bit of damage loss after leaving the room because the Razor Blade only lasts for one room, but that's okay. We still get that bloody lust damage at the end of the day. And a little bit of extra damage is a little bit of extra damage, so it doesn't hurt. Would be nice if we had like the Gust of Wind thing at this point, just because we are taking so much red heart damage that we can sort of replenish if we find red hearts on the floor. But it's okay. Everything's fine. We are 22 minutes in. We are very much in time for Hush. So that's good. Assuming we can beat this boss in 8 minutes, but I'm feeling fairly hopeful. I could have looked for a secret room, but doing that without a map is usually just very awful. One of the pretty flies saved me from taking damage there, I think, so that's nice. And let's just go. Onwards to Hush. And I think I will just put myself in Polaroid health the moment I enter the room there. Will take some extra damage. Depending on how many red hearts there are here, of course, as well, but it's a sticky one, but we can take that fairly easily. Could have used the stars card. I didn't. I think I'd rather have the soul heart than the orbital or the eye. That's just the way it is. I mean, Mulligan's incredible in this particular instance, so I don't mind that. Flames are cards. I mean, our pill pool's fine, but it's not like super incredible, so I actually don't mind having this. For another, maybe not touch that one. I can see myself getting into some trouble with that, for sure. Alright, so take that, take that. Oh, right, I could have had one more hit if I hadn't taken the full heart immediately. Whoops, forgot about Wafer. Or, yeah, well, the effective Wafer at least. But that's okay. That means we can get 3 hits in during the actual fight before we are at 0 health. So that's nice. I'll just use it once immediately. Might have been worthwhile to save this particular hit until the actual Hush fight, just because I can technically just use it whenever I want. And thus, if there is a lot of tears, I can just activate the Polaroid by taking red heart damage. So I guess I won't use it immediately, since I'm feeling okay confident about the first couple phases of this fight, but we'll see if that comes to bite me in the butt. It'll still only do half a heart of damage, which is really nice. Like, making sure we first take red heart damage is just going to be really good at retaining our soul hearts as well. So quite frankly, this run is ridiculous, is what I'm trying to say here. 19 damage Brimstone as well. Like, it's actually pretty disgusting. Hush is getting pushed all over the place, but then kind of awkwardly shuffles back into place where he should be. With this many flies, we're going to get the Mulligan to spawn a whole bunch of flies as well, so that's just kind of incredible. Overall, I do not regret going for Delirium today, because it was either going to be this or doing like a mother run to avoid another character probably, and I was considering it, but at some point I do need to get this out of the way. And it's nice that the game is being nice to me right now. I'm hoping that I can make full use of it and not accidentally mess up somewhere along the line, but so far things are looking okay. I hope I'm in the right position here. Ooh, and the boxing gloves might ruin this a little, because they're gonna move him slightly, and that might actually ruin things a little bit here. Also, he just stopped moving entirely, so I guess he just went underground? Yeah. Hard to tell when he's moving around, or I'm moving around at times, but it's fair enough. It doesn't matter too much in the end. I think we're like just not quite pushing him far enough that the pushing really matters. It's a good thing our luck isn't that high, actually, because that would have pushed him around a lot more than it currently is, so that's nice. And slowly but surely we are making our way through this fight fairly easily. So I don't mind that. I am quick enough to avoid this attack, so that's good as well. These enemies all die pretty much instantly. I don't mind that attack either. This is a combination, though, that I'm not overly happy about, so I'm just going to play it safe. Take one more half a red heart damage. Obviously, we do not have the red hearts to heal myself right now on this floor left, but that's okay. They might drop here. No. We got Blind Rage, which is a trinket, I do believe. We have a choice here. Whether to take the Book of Revelations or not, but I think not taking it is probably going to end up being better in the long run just because I can get so much extra damage with the Razor Blade. I mean, every 6 rooms you'd be able to get an extra soul heart, and obviously that's just really, really nice, especially since I don't need to concern myself with damage too much. But the fact of the matter is that I can guarantee Polaroid this way as well, and that is not a guarantee otherwise. So I think this is the better choice of the two for sure. And I think I'll just stay in Polaroid range for a while here, because I think that's just going to end up being a little useful. I'll just sort of root my way back afterwards to see if I can get a whole bunch of health going. Every time there's 2 hearts, I guess I should just use this as many times as possible. Just for the sake of getting as many damage up from the Bloody Lust or whatever it's called. We have 9 bombs, so we can fairly easily get that heart if we really wanted to. But if there's an easier heart to get, that I think I would prefer it. And just leave that one alone, because it is a little fiddly at least. Not like super fiddly, but like fiddly enough that I don't really want to bother with it. So not going to worry about that just yet. There's one enemy here. Similarly with that heart, I don't know if I can actually get that without flight, can I? There's those 2 souls of Judas there apparently. I could get that without flight, especially with the 2 souls of Judas right there. With a bomb, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that just yet either. Just going to move on. I think if I find a delirium looking room, then I'll probably just go for that as well. And then hopefully just call it a day at the end. Though it would be nice to enter the delirium fight with 2 red hearts just to make life as safe as possible and deal as much damage as possible as well. This is a little scary, but that's the case every time I fight those enemies. Actually just gonna check this for a super secret room. Because it did, I don't know, it seemed like it had some potential at least, but I suppose with the delirium floor, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works in the womb, let alone with a floor quite as confusing as this one, so it's all fair enough. Half a red heart doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's an extra hit, so that's kind of nice. I do think we may have found delirium over there, because that is a very not attached to anything boss room over there, so that's looking like it has a lot of potential in terms of actually spawning there. And as such, it does make it a little bit more tempting to explore the rest of this floor a little bit more. Obviously, it is not guaranteed if all the boss rooms look like that, but we'll see, I suppose. Temperance or Soul of Samson. Soul of Samson is pretty capable of, oh, that's nice. of just clearing a lot of floors really quickly, but simultaneously, with this floor in particular, it can be a little dicey. I kind of want to do it, though. Ooh, we get the zappies as well, and then you get a room like this where there's just 2 ghosts, and it's immediately over. Well, we did our best. We immediately took damage as well, which is kind of unfortunate. Delirium being like, come on, you found me, please just go over here so we can end this, but no. I will not. I will stand in this corner and laugh. I'd love to find a few more hearts though, but it is what it is. Didn't even really check if this was going to be delirium or not, but I don't think it could have been just because there is a room diagonally next to it and it would be a problem. I don't have any other guppy pieces, so this is kind of awkward. But I have one other guppy piece actually. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I guess if we find another guppy piece, then that becomes tempting. Because I do kind of like having multiple red heart containers for the sake of using the razor blade a few more times combined with cancer, so it might end up working out this way a little bit better. Unless like Guppy's head shows up on the next boss room, but unlikely. Ooh. Okay, that does change things a little bit. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go for that. I'll just touch the book. Mostly because we can just get a free red heart container here anyway. But yeah, Horror Babylon's really good. Let's just do that. Yep, doop. Still managed to get a little bit out of that. I guess every time I do it like that, that's not too bad. But as long as I stay at half a heart, I have a little bit more movement speed, so that's nice. Obviously, I just lost it there immediately, but I don't know what my max damage is, but it's gonna be pretty silly. I don't think it can be this one. I think it might be this one if it stretches out to the top right over there, unless this is a secret room. Which it isn't. So it could be Delirium over there. Not over here, but in the other one. Technically possible, I think, but we'll see. That's alright. That's just big circle. That's always fun. That is Delirium. Can I just teleport out? Yeah. Stars card just puts me in a random room, so that's not a worry either. I guess I can just open this by using the invulnerability of the thing here. So that works out. I do kind of want to have some red hearts, of course, before we go into Delirium, but now we know where he is. We can just go into all the other rooms first and have a little bit more fun with this build. That was a moon card, I saw that. I'll actually take that, because I don't know where my secret room is, because this floor is humongous. That is the kind of room you are looking for. To do this kind of nonsense right here. Boop, boop. It's plus 6.6 damage, pretty good. We are going to have so much, or be dead by the end of this floor, and it's going to be amazing. I mean, overall, my damage is 32 right now, and that's before even taking damage in the room with the razor blade. Did not notice that spiky chest, though, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah, things are dying. Oh my god. Okay, we need to stop doing that, though, because that is becoming a problem. There is some red hearts still on this floor, so we can use the razor blade at least once during the fight. They are a little bit fiddly to get, but definitely not impossible. And that's just 3 bosses right next to each other, so that's fun. Boop, boop. Eternal Heart, that could actually end up being pretty good, maybe. I don't really know how that works in terms of priority with the Razor Blade. Sharp Plug's nothing. The drilling has once again entered my life. Alright. Pandora's box did nothing as well, so that's fun. Very happy about that. I was kind of hoping it would at least do something, but I don't think it even unlocks anything. Wavy cap? I mean, I could, but maybe not. Still not at... No, we are at max damage, I think. Because we are at 32 again, so I don't think anything changed from doing that. And that's exciting. Alright, so maybe I'll just get that half a soul heart and then call it a day. I kind of want... How much of this floor is left? Ooh, my speed's rough when I'm not at Horror Babylon mode. Might as well just look for a little bit more health, I guess, but I don't really need to at this stage. Another boss. It is Daddy Longlegs, which is always a good time, especially when he dies instantly and does nothing. That's my favorite Daddy Longlegs right there. Very nice. More keys. I need hearts. Give me... just some soul hearts, please. Not that I'm not feeling super confident with what we have right now, but it would still just be nice, you know? Really make it as guaranteed as possible. Like something like that. That's just nice. Give me a golden chest. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, that's a full red heart container. And flight, which is also not bad. Pretty good. Boop, boop. Just gonna make 100% sure that I have maxed out. Yeah, I think we definitely have maxed out our damage that we can get with the Bloody Lust. Oh my god, there is so many chests with spikes on them with that. That's actually so annoying. I actually had no idea how annoying that is until now, because... Let's just use that. Like, so frequently, you just get 2 items and it's 2 of the same, but this specific thing gives you 2 different items occasionally, and it's so frustrating. Oh well, I mean, not great health, but certainly in combination with what we have here, it should be good enough. I'm just gonna quickly check on that last boss room right there. Did we check? Did we check this one in particular? Yeah. For the super secret room, so it's not there. That is Isaac. Yeah, I mean, yeah, damage-wise we're fine, but it's... I just hate Delirium so much. I just want to be done with that fight. Red key, I mean, we could technically get an IMR room and just restart the whole floor, but maybe not. Actually, I'm not sure if that's possible on this floor. It might actually not be. I think I have tried that before thinking about it. But perhaps that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Could have blown up a couple more of those red flames, or blue flames as well for maybe another soul heart, but that's fine. Boop, boop. Immediately activate max damage mode and a little bit of Polaroid as well. Also now if we take any soul heart damage, it will only be half a heart. So realistically we have slightly, effectively max damage that we, or max health that we'd ordinarily have for this fight, and our damage is ridiculous. So honestly, I shouldn't be so worried. But I will be until it's done. I will be continuously concerned about this fight until I see the animation where Delirium dies and my health is still at like at least this amount. Because that is what this boss does to people. He makes life a little bit complicated and I don't care for it. Let's just do this. That's technically a damage up. Rock Bottom would have really helped this build out as well, I think. Especially with some of those razor blade uses. Like, can you imagine how much damage you can get in a room that was just entirely filled with red hearts? Like on one of those super secret rooms? That'd be amazing. I guess you could just always do that with Rock Bottom and the razor blade, huh? Do you see my health go down? You see why I'm happy with the Polaroid and such? Do you see how much damage I've taken in this fight? Everything's okay. But God, I'm happy to be done with this. Even if it's just someone like Samson, it's still just such a stressful experience. I don't care for it. But we're done. We got the bloody crown, which is probably good for something. And we got a little bloody post-it note there. We only need to do greedier mode on this character now. Which is pretty great. Another almost completed character right there. So it's looking pretty good. Also, we are almost just done with Delirium on the non-tainted characters as well. It's just this and Lazarus, weirdly enough. So yeah, we're actually making pretty decent progress here. It's looking pretty good. But yeah, there you go. Either way, hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we're gonna do another one with a different character. And I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.